ஆசீர்வாதத்துடன் கோவையிலே காமக்கோட்டை மெடிக்கல் சென்டர் ஒரு பிரிவாக சங்கரா ஐ மருத்துவமனையை நடத்தி வருகிறது. பல ஆண்டுகளாக குழந்தைகளுக்கெல்லாம் வருவதற்கு முன்பாகவே காப்பது என்பது போல் மிகவும் நல்ல சேவை செய்து வருகிறது. பெரியவர்களுக்கும் பல ஆபரேஷன்கள் செய்து வருகிறது. மாற்றுக்கண்ணு இருக்கிற அளவுக்கு அந்த ஆஸ்பத்திரியில் வளர்ச்சி அடைந்திருக்கிறது. எல்லா பொதுமக்களும் இதற்கு கண்ணாலே கொடுக்கலாம், கையாலேயும் கொடுக்கலாம். கண்ணாலே கொடுப்பது நேத்திர பேங்க், கையாலே கொடுப்பது அள்ளி அள்ளி கொடுப்பது, இரண்டாலும் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு வாய்ப்பு இந்த ஐ மருத்துவமனைக்கு கிடைத்திருக்கிறது. எங்கள் எல்லோரும் அப்படி உதவி செய்ததன் மூலம் அந்த சமுதாய பணி உதவி செய்வது மாத்திரம் அல்லாமல் எங்களுடைய பீடத்தினுடைய ஆசீர்வாதத்தையும் அடைவதற்கு வாய்ப்பாக அமைகிறது. ஆகவே சமுதாய உணர்வு உள்ளவர் அனைவரும், மனிதநேயம் உள்ளவர் அனைவரும், பீடத்தில் அபிமானம் உள்ள அனைவரும் இதுபோல் நல்ல காரியத்தில் ஈடுபட்டு எல்லாவித உதவிகளையும் எல்லாவித சகாயங்களையும் செய்து எல்லோருக்கும் ஒரு நன்மை கிடைக்கும் வகையிலே திகழ வேண்டும். எங்களுடைய ஆசீர்வாதத்தையும் பெற வேண்டுமாய் வாழ்த்தி ஆசீர்வதிக்கிறோம்.
பெரியவர்களுடைய ஆசையுடன் ஆரம்பித்து வைக்கப்பட்ட மெடிக்கல் சென்டரானது கோயம்புத்தூரிலே நன்றாக வளர்ந்து கோயம்புத்தூரிலும் சிறப்பாக சேவை செய்து வருகிறது. இந்த ஒரு அமைப்பிற்கு மேன்மேலும் வளர்ச்சி ஏற்பட வேண்டும் என்று, இதனுடைய பலன் பல்லாயிரக்கணக்கான மக்களுக்கு கிடைத்து வர வேண்டும் என்று இறைவனை பிரார்த்தித்து அனைவரையும் ஆசீர்வதிக்கிறோம். நாராயண நாராயண நாராயண.
India, where 12 million people are totally blind and 45 million people are visually handicapped. 88% of the blindness in India is curable with quality Medicare. But is there anybody out there who cares? Is there anybody out there to help? Is there anybody out there to empathize? Yes, there is somebody working to dispel this darkness. Sri Kanchi Kamakoti Medical Trust.
It all started 20 years ago in this very same place. Sri Kanchi Shankaracharyas felt that the need of the hour is to provide quality health care to the common man. 10 young doctors in their mid-20s and 10 volunteers positively responded to the call of the Shankaracharyas. A small primary healthcare program was started in this very same two-room center on 21st May 1977.
After 10 years of primary health service, the trust realized it could do a great deal more in the field of eye care. Setting up the Sankara Eye Society under the guidance of Dr. S. Balasubramaniam, the trust launched 3 major programs. Eye Bank, to propagate and popularize the concept of eye donation in and around Coimbatore. Gift of Vision, a rural outreach eye care program started with Rotary Club of Coimbatore Central to deliver quality Medicare at the doorstep of rural India. The Sankara Eye Hospital, to provide modern and high-quality Medicare to everyone, regardless of socio-economic status. Every one of these programs met with resounding success. If today the trust receives a pair of eyes almost every day, it is thanks to the dedicated effort of educating and motivating the community. For several hundreds of Sundays now, the Gift of Vision program has reached out to cover over 9 million people, delivering quality eye care with empathy.
What started as a primary health care program 20 years ago has now blossomed into this institution.
5.26 acres of gifted land transformed into a state-of-the-art eye care center. 400-bed hospital where 70% of the beneficiaries are the rural poor. A hospital where 75 honorary consultants from 5 specialities of medicine provide their services free, where 100 medical and paramedical staff work with 100% commitment. Small wonder that the hospital's success rate is 98% today.
At Sankara, our idea is to use the latest in technology and equipment to deliver the highest quality Medicare to every patient, regardless of his economic status.
Valli lost vision in both her eyes when she was 3 due to smallpox. She grew up studying in a blind school in Bargur. In her 10th standard, she was brought to the Sankara Eye Hospital, where she underwent corneal transplant. 12 days after her surgery, life changed dramatically for Valli. She could see. Now Valli is in her final year college pursuing Tamil literature. Soon, the Sankara Eye Society realized that Valli's case was not unique. There were hundreds of children out there with unidentified, curable eye problems. A realization that led to Olipadaitha Kanninai, a program that trained school teachers to identify eye problem in children. Once the problem was identified, the children were brought to the base hospital with their parents, counseled, and provided high-quality Medicare free. For Senbil, it was keratoconus, the cornea turning cone-shaped, making refraction impossible. Cornea transplant was the only answer. If today he can ride a bike and pursue his engineering, it's thanks to much more than modern medicine. It's thanks to a thoughtful eye donor. These amazing statistics reflect the total dedication and involvement of a movement committed towards providing quality medical eye care. For most institutions, it might be laurels enough to rest. For Sankara Eye Society, it was a beginning of their vision. Considering the fact that 1/5 of the world population of blind is in India, and every year 4 million new cases of cataract are being added, it realized it had miles to go.
In other parts of the country, socially minded individuals and institutions were ready to offer infrastructure. But the Sankara Eye Society found there was no trained manpower available. If we have to replicate our success in Coimbatore, we realized we have to train people at all levels, from a field worker to an eye surgeon.
In Rudraprayag in Uttar Pradesh, Madhubani in Bihar, Nasik in Maharashtra, and Mount Abu in Rajasthan, training people from grassroots level has already begun. Today, the Sankara Eye Society feels it is necessary to formalize this training. The Sankara Eye Society has set up the Sankara Tulsi National Institute of Community Ophthalmology for comprehensive human resource development. This program, appropriately called Vande Mataram Bharat Vision, will work to free India suffering from curable blindness. At the dawn of a new century, the Sankara Eye Society rededicates itself to the country and its people. Its inspiration stems from the words of the Acharyas. Its strength lies in the dedication of its people. Its success lies in its approach lined with empathy. Its vision lies in the words of Rabindranath Tagore. Where the head is held high, where the mind is without fear, where the knowledge is free, where the words come from the depth of truth, where the world is not broken down by narrow domestic walls, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Miracles cannot cure the blind, but you can.
We at Sankara Hospital believe that every human being deserves perfect vision. Our mission is not complete by covering few districts or states. We would like our work and the benefits spread like light without boundaries. To achieve this end, we realized we had to replicate our story. It is with this goal that we started Sankara Tulsi National Institute of Community Ophthalmology. To help people start similar institutions, we decided to train everybody from eye surgeons to field workers. Our movement is ready to bear its first fruit with a similar institution in Andhra Pradesh. Soon we hope many more will follow to achieve our final goal of perfect vision to every individual. A perfect vision of 20 by 20 by the year 2020.